completing its onslaught of new vehicle launches for the year, Hero has introduced the Xoom 160. Now, over the last year, all the Hero products that I've reviewed, be it the Destiny 125, the Xoom 125, even the X-Pulse and the Extreme 250, there was one persistent question in the comment section, which was, where is the Hero Xoom 160? Well, ladies and gentlemen, here it is. And Hero has put a lot of effort and time into it. So, let's see if their efforts have really paid off. Alright, now let's start with the styling, and there's no two ways about it. It is quite a polarizing design. Now, all the journalists which I spoke to last night, well, some didn't like it at all. Some, like me, actually fancy it quite a bit. It does look unique. Now, this is not the only maxi scooter in the country, but the segment is still niche, and it still turns heads, and it still catches attention. Now, this is available in 4 color options. You have 2 metallic shades, which is the Summit White and the Canyon Red, which you see here. Then you have 2 matte color options, which are the Rainforest Green and the Volcanic Grey. All of them, I think, complement the scooter quite well. The matte shade, in fact, have a yellow complementing accents all across the body. And overall, I think the color shades, the overall design is quite unique. Now, Hero claims that the design has been inspired from its 450cc Dakar motorcycle, and that is quite evident with the sharp rear, the upright front end, and the upswept exhaust as well. Now, if you talk about some styling highlights, well, if you start up front, you get this standard windshield. You also have a touring windshield, and these are functional. Hero has actually taken them to the wind tunnel. They've tested it, and they claim it reduces wind buffeting to quite a large extent. In fact, they have some numbers to prove it. The coefficient of drag with this windshield is about 0.66, and that goes down to 0.59 if you choose the touring windshield. And then if you see these double barrel LED lights, now we started our ride at 5 o'clock in the morning, the sun wasn't out, it was still dark. And that is where the LEDs truly came in handy. They're actually quite good, and we haven't used it in pitch darkness, but I reckon they still will look pretty good. Then, even in terms of the tires, these are chunky 120 and 140 section tires with 14-inch wheels. This is the same combination that you got in the Xoom 125. It looked really chunky with the Xoom 125. Here, I think it makes the whole scooter look quite proportionate. So overall, I think the styling hits it out of the park. It does look unique, and in my opinion, of all the scooter launches that happened in the past year, this is the one that caught my eye the most. And even when I see it in flesh, I think it still holds a candle to all of them. And then let's talk about practicality. But you have to excuse the umbrella. It's drizzling and I don't want to get wet. Moving on. Now, this is a maxi scooter. It's supposed to maximize luggage space, and it's supposed to maximize comfort for the end user. For that, you get 2 storage spaces. One is the glove box in the front apron. This also houses the USB charging port. Hero doesn't have any numbers for the size of this space, but it is quite deep, and you can house 2 mobile phones in it. Next, you have the underseat storage. This is a 22-liter underseat storage, and in fact, I think it's quite large. But can it fit a full face helmet? Well, almost. My helmet is a bit too long. I have this spoiler which does hit the sides of the underseat storage, but I reckon if you have a more roundish helmet like an AJC or an Arai, I think you can fit in a proper helmet. And in fact, if you have a smaller half helmet, it can definitely fit into the underseat storage. But apart from that, anything else, any other grocery items or any other large pieces of luggage you want to fit in it, this can definitely accommodate it. Then it's time to move on to the ergonomics and features. Now, in terms of ergonomics, this is definitely a mixed bag. When I saw it last night without actually riding it, I thought it would either be too aggressive or too laid back. but it falls somewhere in between. Now, as you guys can see, I'm 5'6", I'm not the tallest, but the torso is a bit too stretched out, while the upper body, I think, is a bit too hunkered forward. The handlebar is flat and it's positioned inward. As a result, you get this leg out position with this awkward position for your hands, which makes me look like a bit of a T-Rex. Now, it's not uncomfortable in any way, but it does get a little awkward. Over that, the seat is inclined towards the front, and you get this forward position. But when you do brake or when you do go over a hump, and because the suspension is a bit stiff, you are thrown a bit to the front. Now, these are a bit of niggles. Overall, the comfort is satisfactory. It's not the most aggressive and it's not the most laid back. As I said, it falls somewhere in between. But where it too ends up is in terms of feature and quality components. I think with turn-by-turn navigation, digital LCD screen, you have LED lights all around, you have single-channel ABS, you have an intelligent start-stop system, and you also have a keyless ignition. All you do is have this in your pocket, turn the dial to the on position, and on you go. So in terms of features, I think it's pretty well laid out. But where it truly impressed me is the quality of components and the fit and finish. In my opinion, I think this is the best that Hero has done in any of their scooters. Everything feels tight, everything feels very well put together, and overall it really does feel like a premium product. Now, I think it's time to start riding, and I'm sure you guys are dying to know how it performs and how it handles. Alright, talking in terms of mechanicals, Hero has put in a lot of effort into the Xoom 160, and that shows because this liquid-cooled engine and the chassis is brand new. Hero claims there has been no part sharing with any of its product portfolio, and I'm really glad for it. The engine, the liquid-cooled 156cc engine, makes 14.6 bhp and 14 Nm of peak torque. As soon as you twist the throttle, it builds speed gently but easily. Mid-level RPM roll-ons, acceleration on the highways, acceleration inside the city. It doesn't whine, it doesn't complain, it just builds speed very nicely. It's quite tractable, and the CVT, well, that is quite smooth as well. One thing which you will have to deal with is the vibrations, especially at idle. As soon as you come to a stop and red lights or wherever it may be, not so much on the foot pegs, but definitely on the bars. Now, Hero claims that it can do 0 to 60 km per hour in 6.5 seconds, and honestly, it doesn't feel as quick, but definitely it feels pretty peppy, if I can add that. And over that, it is a liquid-cooled engine, which means the throttle is not an on-off switch. It gives you the right amount of power, as much power as your right wrist demands. So overall, I think the engine has definitely impressed. It is quite a tractable, versatile unit, will come in handy for the city or for long rides on the highways. Even in terms of bad stretches of road, it never got overwhelming, it never got jerky. Now, when it comes to handling, Hero has given the Xoom 160 an underbolt structure, and they have worked on the torque rigidity in order to give you the confidence and help it perform better. With that, talk about componentry. Well, you get 31mm telescopic forks up front. You get 97mm of travel at the front. Step to the back, you have dual shock absorbers with 94mm of travel. Now, Hero has built the Xoom 160 in order to be comfortable, but also to have fun. But where it truly shines, and the part which is over-exaggerated, is the fun part. It's agile, it turns in quickly, it's quite planted on highways at higher speeds. It gives you the confidence to take corners at higher speeds. And overall, be it in the city or be it on highways, this won't throw up any surprises, it'll just get the job done. However, in my opinion, Hero has built it in order to be comfortable, but I think the suspension is a little too stiff. It's not stiffer than its competition like the Yamaha Aerox or the Suzuki Bergman. The Suzuki Bergman is actually a little more comfortable than this, but this is on equal footing in terms of the suspension rigidity as the Yamaha Aerox. The result, it is fun, but it can get quite harsh if you go over bad patches of road or large speed bumps. So if I have to quickly sum up the performance of this motorcycle, it is definitely quick. As soon as you get in throttle, it gives you the power that it requires. It's quite tractable and quite versatile in its engine performance. And when you talk about suspension, well, it definitely is fun. It gives you the confidence at the higher speeds, be it out on the highway or through tight city roads. It is stiff. That is one thing which you'll have to look out for. But if you wanted a product that will serve you well for your daily grind, or take it out on the highway and you can do endless amount of kilometers on a scooter with large luggage, this can help you with that. So, ladies and gentlemen, where do we place Hero Xoom 160 in the two-wheeler food chain? Now, in my opinion, it is not as comfortable as the Suzuki Bergman, and it's not as fun as the Yamaha Aerox. This falls somewhere in between. It's for someone who wants a good-looking motorcycle, wants to have fun on the weekends, but also wants the comfort on the daily grind. So, if that seems like you, I think you should definitely check out the Hero Xoom 160. Has the features, has the looks, has the performance to back up those looks, and it's not bad in terms of pricing as well. It's priced at 1,48,000 at the showroom. That will be coming down shortly because of the GST cuts. After that, you have a great all-rounder in your hand. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you like this video, please do hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please do so. It really helps us out, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much.